Worse. This is Dan from the day after, and you're listening to 100% Worse.
We have to talk about Ed.
Who's Ed?
Okay, let me explain. I was driving in my car down the I-69 the other day.
Okay.
And I lie, it was the I-65.
Okay.
But the point is, I was listening to the radio, and I heard our good boy Tom Shane come on the radio. That's not unusual.
No, it's not.
No. You could, in fact, do the Carlton to how not unusual that is. But what was unusual is that this commercial was not the regular one. I mean, we know how Shane Company commercials go. We have done enough. We have quoted enough Shane Company commercials on this show to reconstruct piece by piece an actual Shane Company commercial. If you're listening and you are not familiar with Shane Company, maybe you're out of state or like, I think it is in a few states, but if you've never heard a Shane Company commercial, we're going to do one for you right now. So this is kind of how it goes. It's something like this. Hi, this is Tom Shane with Shane Company. We've got the hottest new trends, and we're going to talk about them in the most boring style imaginable. Here's a review from a real customer. Hi, Greg. How's it going?
Hi, Shane.
It's Tom, but go ahead.
Sorry. Hi, Tom.
No, Greg, you've ruined it for everyone. Shane Company, just east of I-69 on 96th Street and Hague Road. Open weekdays till 8, Saturdays and Sundays till 5. Online at Shane Company in Hong Kong. So we know that. What doesn't factor is this character, Ed, and I'll explain to you how I found out about Ed. I was listening along and I heard, hi, this is Tom Shane. And I said, hi, Tom. And then I heard, and this is Ed.
Really?
Ed has no last name.
No last. Just. Are you sure it wasn't like someone piggybacking on the signal?
Some ham radio operator cutting in. This is Tom Shane, and this is Ed. Check out my Minecraft server. Also, I made a Roblox game, so peep that. I don't know. And the thing about Ed is, first of all, again, no last name. I
love that sitcom, The Thing About Ed.
The Thing About Ed. There's something about Ed and Tom Shane from Shane Company, just east off I-69 on 96th Street in Hague. They had to cut a lot of that because it wouldn't fit on the screen. So Ed has no last name, and also his voice is low and menacing. And once again, I have no idea who Ed is. There's no context. It's not like, this is my friend Ed. It's not like, this is my brother, Ed Shane.
Yeah.
This is a customer, Ed.
You could have said Ed Shane. And you'd be like, okay.
Ed Sheeran. Nothing. There's no tagline relating Ed to Tom Shane or Shane Company. It's just Ed. It's just apparently a guy named Ed. And the thing is, like I said, Ed has this low, menacing voice. Like, Ed sounds like the Shadow, but not like the Shadow like from the radio. He sounds like Alec Baldwin's Shadow from the movie, where he's like, who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Ed knows, and Shane Company Diamonds. It's highly My point is, I don't particularly enjoy having Ed on the Shane Company commercials.
I haven't heard this.
I wish we could know a little bit more about him. Just leave your radio on. I'm sure he'll make an appearance.
Maybe he'll come back in each commercial and give a little bit more.
A little bit more. Oh, so the next commercial, he'd be
yeah.
like, this is Ed Smith. Mm-hmm. Sorry about before.
And instantly, it takes one of the most annoying commercials in the area to one of the best, where you kind of leave the
like
radio
a serialized thing. Leave him hanging. Leave him wanting more.
To where whenever you hear it come on, it's like, oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
What's Ed up to today?
It's like when the Sisters of Savings from Hare Chevrolet tack on, like it's a new month and it rolls around, and then they have new jokes based on the new month. Mm-hmm. It's always good. When I say new jokes, I mean different jokes.
And by different jokes, you mean
different
bad jokes.
And I do mean different bad jokes. My point is with all of this that I don't know who Ed is, but I have a feeling that he will find me and he will kill me. Hey, welcome to 100% Worse, the show that gets better every day. I'm Graham Ganal.
I'm Connor Hughes.
Let's roll an intro.
Your best friend.
the best show in the universe. And they took that show and made that show 100% worse.
Presenting Podcast Extravaganza 100% Worse, the show that gets better every day. Now accompanied by interpretive dance.
So I realized that this was one of our longer intros.
I mean, it was a good one. We had to talk about it.
I just thought it was just very important. By the way, thought we'd mention this up top again. If you want to send in your intro blurb, that part at the very beginning that says, I'm so-and-so, you're listening to 100% Worse, go ahead and do that. Send us an email. Send it to 100%worse@gmail.com. That's the number 100, the words percent and worse.
Sorry, I was swallowing.
No, it's fine. No, you don't have to sing it with me every time. I mean, you can. Sometimes you could sing it by yourself. It's fine.
100, the words
you can.
percent and worse.
Hey, and if you're on Twitter tweeting about the show, please use the hashtag 100%. I'm sorry, the hashtag 100worse. See, I can't do it if you don't back me up. The hashtag 100worse. That's the number 100 and the word worse. Let's get into the show. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about New Year's resolutions because I believe it is New Year's Eve when this episode comes out. New Year's Eve. It might be New Year's Day.
December 31.
Either way, you might be listening to this before you make a resolution. And good thing, because we are here to try and make them better. Every year, as they turn on, you I don't know, you get like a fridge magnet or like something where
fridge magnate.
Yeah.
Presiding over the fridge.
The fridge magistrate.
The fridge Magikarp.
You get a piece of paper and you write down, I'm going to do 30 crunches. 6 a.m. every day. And then you just tack it onto your fridge and then you just leave it there.
And then when you go to read your list, the problem with that strategy is and I've done this, you go to read the list and then it's on the fridge and you're like, everything in the fridge is telling me not to do crunches. I'm going to listen to the fridge.
Or here, first idea right off the cuff, right off the bat.
Yeah. Hit me.
If you ever need to do toe touches,
okay,
write it down on a piece of paper.
Put it on the floor? You
put it on the floor in very tiny lettering.
Cuz there's no like. Now that'll help you do either one toe touch or one squat.
If you read it, okay, you could do toe touches or squats.
Or if you're like me, you lie down on the floor to read it, and then you just don't get up for a while. You take a nap.
You gotta just slither around.
You get on, you just put your elbows up on a hoverboard, and you roll around the floor like you're playing the game Snake, and you're the snake.
Can we talk about that for like half a second?
Of course we can.
Second derail. Hoverboards, kind of like the hottest Christmas gift of 2017.
It's 2016, I think.
2016, maybe.
This has been a very long year. I don't know how many years long this year has been.
Like, what was it this year?
Oh, like the hottest Christmas gift?
Yeah. Like those kind of, tech savvy that nobody cared about. 2016 had something. I can't remember. I know it was something. I can't remember what it was, though. But it was the kind of thing where, like...
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
Was
this year just boring?
I think that this just speaks to how much we're out of touch with the current trends and, like, what kids are into.
True.
Because I feel like I haven't understood kids. Even when I was a kid, I didn't know what like kids were supposed to be into. And so now that I'm no longer a kid, I don't even know who to ask.
True.
Because at least when you're a kid, you can ask other kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't go up to like a 12-year-old on the street and be like, what do you want?
They'll
what
just
do you like?
They'll just like Fortnite dance away.
Yeah, Fortnite. Maybe Fortnite was the hottest gift of 2018.
Maybe that's kind of sad. It's free to play. Sorry, I just thought I should mention that because you mentioned hoverboard.
That's something we can definitely crowdsource. If you guys know what the hot gift of 2018 was, please tweet about it with the hashtag 100worse. We'd love to know.
Thank you. Okay, on to the actual topic at hand. How to make New Year's resolutions better.
Yeah.
Graham, hit me.
Oh, sure. So, whoosh. Are we going to do this joke every time?
Yes, okay. We are.
All right. That's really funny. I definitely won't edit that out. So, all right. Well, obviously, when we think New Year's resolutions, there are a few meanings of the word resolution. There are like 3 different ones, basically, that I can think of.
Okay.
There might be more. So I'm going to talk about all of them, but I'm going to space it out a little bit.
Okay.
So obviously, resolution. I think I'm going to turn this into a motivational speech. Yes, I'm just going to give it. This is going to be a spaced out TED Talk. Whoops. Bump the mic stand. In between, lots of talk about, I don't know, Perrier and moon pies, probably.
Probably, yeah.
And we do have moon pie stuff to talk about.
Oh, yes.
And we'll get there. But when we talk about resolution, I think the first meaning that we think is how clearly you see something. So, like, there's that old joke where it's like, what's your New Year's resolution? 1080p, 4K, whatever. Yeah. But what if we adapt that, right? And instead of just making it a joke, we say our New Year's resolution is to see everything a little bit more clearly.
You're getting into the realm of like
You think I'm being philosophical, but what I mean is that
actually helpful.
this is the year that everybody gets glasses.
See, that would be helpful.
Whether you need them or not,
You're
you're getting glasses.
hey, glasses are good luck.
If they make your vision blurry like in Spider-Man 1, not my problem. You're getting glasses.
But that would go against
This
you.
is my campaign. I'm calling it Glasses Half Full.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to be putting a pair of glasses on every man, woman, and dog. They say cats are nearsighted. Let's fix it.
Oh, so cats are getting them too?
Cats
How
are
about
getting
goldfish?
glasses. Cats have about the same prescription as me, I found out. They've got about 2200 vision.
Really?
Yes, which is apparently good for hunting, but we don't care about that because cats don't hunt anymore. All they do is eat regular food. Cats could be watching our same TV with us and enjoying it if they could see. Let's increase their resolution. Let's give cats glasses. Let's give cats glasses in 2019. That is my first New Year's resolution.
All right, I think we can work with that.
I think we should.
So,
You know those little glasses that they put on babies that kind of
Yes.
like wrap? Like Chris Pratt's son, I think, wore those. Maybe still does. That's the kind of glasses we should be putting on
Okay,
cats.
okay.
That kind, yeah. Where
Okay.
it goes, yeah,
I like that idea.
yeah.
So I was thinking
And a
of
little vest. And just a little vest for each cat.
Maybe. Well, I mean, ties would be kind of a
Bow
stylish
tie?
Yeah,
We used to
like
have a cat who he was a natural tuxedo. And so we got a collar for him that was a bow tie.
Oh, that's
He looked
cute.
like James Bond.
That's really
I'm
cute.
just kidding. He looked like a cat with a bow tie. Very hard to make that look like. He looked like a version of James Bond where like the supervillain had succeeded. Like if it was like a villain from the movie The Lobster with John C. Reilly, I think is in that movie, where they turn people into animals, and then the villain was from that, and then they turned James Bond into an animal, and then also still left his bow tie. That's what our cat looked like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Sorry, you had an
bit of
idea.
a-
Sorry, go
bit
ahead.
of a stretch.
Whoosh. Comedy.
Okay. So I thought there are going to be a lot of people.
There are, and overpopulation
are
is
a
a
lot,
problem
yes.
that we should be addressing.
So my New Year's resolution is at least a few murders every month. No, sorry.
They say that cannibalism solves both world hunger and overpopulation. So chew on that, and by that I mean this human arm.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
So your
Maybe
actual
not.
idea was
There are a lot of people making resolutions.
Yeah.
And then by like the second week, they're going to not do them anymore.
yeah, sure.
There needs to be some sort of punishment metric involved in making a New Year's resolution so that you don't break it.
Okay.
Because the best way to make New Year's resolutions better is just to do the New Year's resolution for the full year, because most people don't.
It's true.
So if we had some kind of incentive, like a punishment, then
That would make it kind of a crime not to follow up.
yeah.
So it's
Kinda,
more of like
yeah.
a New Year's covenant, like a biblical
Yeah,
covenant where you have to
yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to
Like,
chop animals in half and walk through them and smear blood on people, and then if you don't keep your half, then you may be like slaughtered yourself. You may be killed,
Yeah.
or just have like a hand cut off or something.
So what kind of punishments?
I think
hand getting cut
I
off?
think it depends on the resolution, right?
Oh, yeah, true.
So like
it would.
if you make it a goal that you're gonna like wake up at 6 a.m. every day, and then you don't, then now you don't
Might be putting the stocks at 6 a.m. for like a week.
Yeah, sure. Or you like your bed
You know, the
now
town-
just like starts
the
to
town
tilt
hall
you
stocks.
forward, or now your bed is just like at an angle, or it's like the thing where you like overdo something until you hate it, so they just like now you just have to be in a coma for 6 months.
No, you have to sleep.
Yeah, which is basically the effect I've found of eating a whole box of moon pies, but we'll get into that.
Say if like you wanted to work out every day,
Yeah.
and you didn't, then you'd have to.
Oh, now you have to go to the gym with a box of donuts and sit on the equipment that people want to use, eating the donuts.
Oh, good.
While people
So kind of like a shame kind of thing.
kind of, I was
A
gonna say
shame
more
company.
Shame Company. Hi, I'm Tom Shame. This year we have the hottest new trends for people looking to shame their friends and relatives. We've got this thing where you have to sit on a whole box of donuts at the bus stop. We've got another one where you have to force feed bread to pigeons through a small tube. Is that even legal? I don't know. Just east off I-69 on 96th Street in Hangwood. It's not a bad idea. I think that one possible snag with this, with kind of punishing people for not following through, is that people are just going to stop making resolutions. And I think the only way to counteract that is if you make it a mandate that people have to make a resolution.
That was my next point I was going to bounce into. A government mandated resolution. Because you are your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
So you need an enemy of you to be able to actually
yeah.
protect the you that is you.
Yeah. You heard it first here, folks. The government is the enemy of the people.
Well-
wake up, sheeple. Wake up, Indianapolis.
Well, maybe not this government, but
Oh.
the kind of government that would give mandates or mandated resolutions
Sure.
every year would kind of be like the dystopian kind of evil
Yeah.
enemy against you.
Okay.
So all we need is one of those.
We just need to have a worse government.
We just need one of those that'll give us mandated resolutions so then we can implement this disciplinary. And that's the kind of thing a dystopia would do, actually.
Wow.
Is the kind of, are these kinds of disciplines for that kind of crime.
Yeah. I think if we're going to have a true dystopia, then not only does the government mandate that you make a resolution, but it tells you which resolution you have to make.
Yeah, yeah.
So it just looks at you and you're like, and it's like, you need to work out.
Well, it's a...
You need to love people more. You need to own a dog. I just think that would be good for you.
It's a mandated resolution, so you don't make it yourself.
Right, yeah.
It's handed to you in a
It's
sealed
resolved
envelope.
for you. Yeah. Yeah, very official. With that, it's a time we moved into our ad break, so we're
Okay.
going to do that with a little bit of smooth and festive a cappella. I'm surprised at how well we just harmonized.
Well,
I don't know if
wouldn't
it's
call
just
it harmony,
What
but
I was hearing, it just seemed to go really well. We were just making dead eye contact throughout that.
a little creepy.
It was a little bit. I felt like I was inside your brain. Just look at like, oh wow, how did that get there? Oh wow, that's a very old memory. Why you keep this around? Yeah, it was. Anyway, why don't you tell us about our first sponsor?
Our first sponsor this week is
Shame Company.
Shame Company.
Oh, we already did the ad for Shame Company. So I'll go ahead and tell you about our second sponsor. Our second sponsor is Pillow Mints.
Pillow mints.
And I know what you're thinking. They're those little mints that you get at parties and such. No, pillow-sized mints
Pillow-sized mints
that you can actually use as a pillow.
You can like shave off. It comes with a little razor. You can just grab shavings off and, so grab yourself a little bit of mint if you want it.
There's this game show. I want to say it's in Japan, but I could be wrong. It could be Korean or something. I feel like it's either Japanese or Korean.
My money's on Japan.
Yeah. It's called... I don't remember the exact translation of the title. It's something like Real or Candy. Or like, is it candy?
I believe
You've
it is
seen
a
this.
Japanese game show. Yeah,
where people have to go around a room and they have to bite things, and they apparently either have to break their teeth or figure out that it's candy. I don't know. I saw some dude eat a table leg. That one was candy. Saw somebody eat a doorknob.
Yeah, I remember
Also
the doorknob
candy.
just kind of.
I think somebody bit into a glass table. I don't know for sure that it was candy, but it did break and come off in their mouth, and they did chew and swallow it.
Oh, what?
I hope it was candy. My point
it's
is,
gotta be.
pillow mints are not a thing of the future. They are a thing of now. Also, here's about my mic stand again. Here's my plug for it, right?
Okay.
Here's my kind of infomercial boost. Has this ever happened to you?
Oh boy, I just woke up from a long dream that I was eating a big marshmallow and now my pillow is gone.
Well, if that's happened to you, we're glad to introduce this, the Pillow Mint. Not only does it mean that if you eat your pillow in your sleep, you won't freaking die, but it also leaves your mouth feeling all minty and fresh.
And it's going to wake you up from that dream because of the bad taste of the mint.
And now a testimonial from a real customer, Sanders McBorgman.
Hi, I'm Sanders McBorgman.
Thank you, Sanders. We don't have any more time. What am I
bought a
doing?
pillow,
Talking about? We
man.
actually have 45 more minutes to talk about this. We've booked a very long slot, and now we're going to talk about flex tape. So I think that's everything we need to know about the Pillow Mint.
Hey guys, Phil Swift here.
Hopefully, John Chun will do a video about the Pillow Mint, and we'll make mint from it.
Maybe.
We
I don't
could.
know.
It
We
could
could. We might sell them. We
Yeah.
might sell them on our corner booth. That's on the side of the street.
At the bodega.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys are ever there and you see a corner booth, it's probably
If you ever
us.
come by our bodega, you'll know it's the one because we've got Lin-Manuel Miranda rapping out front.
We do.
Lights up on Indianapolis. Up at the break of day, I wake up and I got this little punk I gotta chase away. Pop the grate at the Indianapolis bodega. Hey y'all, good morning.
I did not know we had them booked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just took all I did for all the songs that play in my bodega. I've just taken all the lyrics to all the songs from Washington Heights, and I've edited out any part where it talks about Washington Heights, and I've just put in Indianapolis instead.
Okay.
It still
Makes
feels
sense.
just as diverse and interesting. Well, let's bail out of this ad break with a little bit more smooth acapella. Let's go. Well, sorry if you heard that pause. We're way in the background. I can hear my parents. They were watching a football game very loudly, and I just heard no. All I could think of was Cleveland Brown in his bathtub sliding out of the top floor of his house after it's been destroyed. No. Well, it sounds like our Indianapolis Colts might not be doing their best, but we have faith. Well, we have hope. Maybe they'll pull through. That Andrew Luck, huh? What a guy, huh?
I don't.
Such a great man. Number 12
Sports.
on his jersey. He's
It's a good number though.
He's the 1/4 back, I believe is
the 1/4 back.
Yeah. Some people use quarter. I prefer to use the fraction. Well, why don't you tell us about our next idea?
Okay. Our next idea is so can we turn resolutions into a competition?
Of course we can.
Cool. Well, that's it for me. But
I felt like maybe you were going to expand on this.
But
Clearly,
like-
I was wrong.
who can lose the most weight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who can eat the healthiest?
Who can eat the most?
Who can eat the most? Who
I
can
can do that.
Who can walk around all year on one foot? Who can
Josh Sundquist.
wear
Next
the
question.
same? But things that might help people actually like do their New Year's
Yeah.
resolution with also giving it kind of a fun competitive edge. And then obviously the diehard people would be like really competitive, and then we get maybe some cool TV out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Depending on how zany the resolutions get.
Oh, so it'd be like Survivor, like just like some reality TV.
Yeah.
I thought who was it? Might have been Dwayne The Rock Johnson. just put out. Yeah, I think he's putting together like a new TV show where it's just people
Really?
doing his workout.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe if we just hit up Dwayne, it said from executive producer Dwayne Johnson, which I don't know when he became that, but I guess he is that now. But yeah, he's just having a lot of very fit people do very fit exercises. It kind of just looks like a regular P90X video. I feel like is kind of what that is. I don't know, but maybe we can get him on board.
Uses
Maybe get him-
VHSs
yeah.
and DVDs anymore, so
Maybe we could get we could get him to like executive produce our New Year's resolution competition, you know.
yeah, okay. So like we'd have more interesting shows, like the extreme resolutions.
Do you think that Dwayne Johnson makes New Year's resolutions, or do you think that would make him too powerful? Do you think that
he's got to limit himself for the good of humanity?
Do you think? I think my personal, I believe this. I think that every time that Dwayne Johnson works out, Kevin Hart gets a little bit weaker. I think Kevin Hart used to be 6 feet tall, and then Dwayne Johnson started making his way up in the world. And every time that he would do something, Kevin Hart would just shrink a little bit. So by the time Dwayne Johnson has reached his zenith, Kevin Hart is going to be like the size of a microsizer. Like he's going to be driving. He's going to be smaller. He's going to be able to drive
gonna be
around in a
recast as
microsizer.
Ant-Man.
Yeah. Yes. He's going to be Ant-Man. I think it's important. This is my next idea. I think it's important that we have achievable resolutions. So, for instance, I think that I can resolve to eat 96 moon pies.
Oh, that's an oddly specific number.
It is, and I'll tell you why. And we're gonna plug the video for this a little bit later. But we got sent 96 moon pies this week.
Someone out there shipped
Yeah.
us like
Yes.
8 boxes, 96 moon pies in total.
Yeah,
That's a lot of pie.
yes. It's a lot. It's just stacks. It's 8 boxes of 12 each. Well, we'll talk about this later. But my point is that I feel like that's something that I can achieve as a person,
Okay.
is to eat a lot of moon pies. Mm-hmm. I think, why do resolutions always have to be things that are hard?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
Like, what are you good at? What's something that you can do no trouble?
I'm really, really good at not coming to decisions.
Right. So what if you resolve to not come to... You don't even have to resolve to come to no decisions, because that's such an ultimatum. You resolve to be somewhat indecisive next year.
Yep,
fairly
next year
indecisive.
I'll be somewhat indecisive.
You can do that.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm fairly certain. Yeah.
Look how well you're doing already. See, that's what I'm talking about. I can resolve to sleep sometimes. I can resolve to pet a cat. I can
And
resolve...
look at that. That's like 3 lines.
That's like 3... Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like so many things already.
Yeah, if you had like a sheet with notebook paper and you're writing down, that's like 3 lines.
Yeah. I could resolve to open the front door before I go outside and then close it after I go outside.
Instead of just Kool-Aid Manning every day, your family is broke. They keep buying doors.
Instead of bursting through the wall like a large pitcher of sentient Kool-Aid, I can use the door. That is something I can resolve to do next year. I think that you have to set the bar so extremely low that anything that you do, whether you mean to or not, will result in you achieving a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
People always say go above and beyond. But that's so much easier to do if you set the bar at 0. Why don't people ever talk about that? They're always like, oh, the way to, go above and beyond is to try very hard. No, it isn't. It's to make your expectations so extremely low.
I'm going to play 1 note on a guitar a day. If you play 2 notes, that's like you're already covered for 2 days. If you play like Smoke on the Water, you're covered for like 2 weeks.
If you play a chord that's 6 notes, you don't have to do anything for the next 2 days.
Yeah, you're so far ahead. That's
Warning, don't play a D chord, because that only covers you for 2 days.
yeah.
And that's a guitar joke. Ching. I could have played that chord on an actual guitar, but I've already hit my allotment. So that's what I say. Just make it achievable. Make everything achievable. Well, we've got time for another few rapid fire suggestions. So if you've got anything you want to throw out.
Oh, yes. So, okay, I do have one. Basically, when you write a resolution,
Yeah,
right?
no, but yes.
No. Well, I've never written a resolution, so
I
I'm
never
just
have
making this
either.
off of the top of my head.
We're experts.
But I'm assuming that when people write a resolution
Yeah.
and they put it up on the fridge or wherever, do people even write
you
them
really
out?
have
or
a fixation
do they
on the
just-
fridge, huh?
Or do they just think of them? I was
they just
thinking of
think
like
of them.
a common place, maybe like a whiteboard if you have a whiteboard in
Yeah.
your house. Maybe next to your
walls.
bedside or like on the ceiling
The
above
mirror.
your bed.
I think people do the mirror a lot.
There's got to be some better ways to remind you of doing resolutions. I'm sure there are
yeah.
actually helpful apps
What if-
and
okay,
stuff, but like
I think we can solve this really fast because we've got about 30 seconds for
Okay.
this. What if your resolution? So, what if you make a resolution, right? And then you need help remembering that and help doing it every day. So then you find somebody else who doesn't have any resolutions, and then they make the resolution to make you do your thing.
oh,
And that way, you're both do it. Because if they don't make you do your thing, then you'll remind them to make you do it. And if
And
you
you're
don't do your
both
thing,
helping.
then they're
Yeah.
going to make. So basically, it's one resolution, but it covers two people.
that's a good idea. If so, how many people can fit on one resolution?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
we just make this super efficient
We could share.
and create like
Yeah.
an American resolution, a Canadian resolution?
How many people can you smuggle into underneath the trench coat of New Year's resolutions into this all-you-can-eat buffet of doing good deeds next year?
Presumably a lot.
Presumably, you could fit at least 3. That's the
Because you
standard
could have
number.
someone to transcribe the resolution, someone to like edit the resolution,
assistance to both of these people.
someone to like manage how it's being done,
Somebody to executive produce the resolution.
someone to run, someone to be a busboy to go like a gopher,
Sure.
to go get coffee. And then obviously someone to do the resolution. And then depending on what the resolution is, you can have people like spotters if it's
Yeah.
weightlifting, or even nutritionists
Yes.
if it's. Wait, you can fit a lot of people onto one resolution.
That's very good. So this is probably exactly how Dwayne The Rock Johnson does New Year's resolutions. He probably decides to do one thing, and then he has 80 people whose resolution it is to support him in this endeavor. And I like that, but we can't ignore that Kevin Smart is Kevin
Kevin Smart.
Kevin Smart. What is his
Well, he
name?
used to be Kevin Smart before Dwayne got so
He
big.
used to be Kevin Smart, and then Dwayne Johnson sucked out all of his charisma and intelligence. Man, what will that man not do? Listen, we can't ignore the fact that Kevin Hart is shrinking every day before our very eyes. And my New Year's resolution is to put a stop to this. We have to kill Dwayne Johnson.
Just a nickel a day
We love him, but he has to go.
can help a shrinking heart.
Listen, he's made enough movies. He's made so many movies. Some people don't even get to make any movies, and he's made so many.
Just sending in a nickel a day can help a broken heart near you.
Please donate to our fundraiser called We Will Rock the Rock. Called Pain for Dwayne. Called the Freight Twain's Coming. The Rock Johnson. We don't have to kill him. We just have to stop him. And it's going to take everyone on Earth.
It's gonna be a Kung Fu Panda style.
Yeah.
Where he's got like giant boulders hanging off his arms.
Yeah. Are you talking about his muscles? Because that's exactly
yes.
what you just described,
He's
what his
gonna have
arms look like.
an army of like 1,000 rhinos watching over him with like spears. If that's what it takes.
That's what it
If-
takes.
if that's what it
Hey,
takes.
we have to. So what have we resolved to do this year? Assassinate beloved celebrity Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The world will thank us later. You know, history is on the side of the victor. Well, listen, I've only really got one thing left to say.
Okay.
I think there's one more meaning for resolution, right? Resolution just means that something draws to a satisfying close, right? It's like catharsis. So I think what everybody needs to do is to go up on to the top of a mountain and get some perspective and look down and just make up if there was anything this year that didn't you felt like there were things left unsaid, or that there were like that there was like a story in your life that didn't quite finish, then you should just make up whatever ending you think works and then just shout it from the top of a mountain down below. And then that probably will be illegal, but we can work. I'm sure we can work around that.
That's actually nice.
That's actually kind of nice.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the resolution mean themes are ending.
Yeah.
Because we do need to discuss how 2019 is the last year of Earth. Because the Mayan computers only counted up to 2019. And after that, they're going to shut off, and then the world is going to end up collapsing from their foundation they built.
I just noticed in my head just now how my first question was, why did they only go to 2019 and not why did the Mayans have computers?
I mean, they were an advanced civilization.
I forgot.
They
Yes, the
were
Mayans
smart.
did have MacBooks.
Yeah.
And we will be talking about that on a future show. But first, we just need to address something real quick. Actually, no, I forgot. First, we need to do our don't recommend, because we are coming to the end of the show. So real quick, what do you recommend this week?
I recommend Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman.
Oh, yes.
It is an incredible book.
And it is the sequel to...
Yes, it's a sequel to Scythe.
Yes, so read Scythe if you haven't read Scythe.
We may have mentioned Scythe before.
We might, I believe we have.
Thunderhead's a newer.
It came out this year.
Yeah, and it's just as good.
Yeah, it's the plot kind of develops in a really cool way. The thing I like about Neil Shusterman, if I may, is that he kind of writes about what ultimately ends up being a sort of dystopian future, but he eases into it where for a good deal of at least the first book, you kind of go, okay, yeah, this kind of works. If not like, oh, this is how I would want to do it. But like, you get a little sense of the utopia before like the dystopia kicks in, and it's a natural progression. It's not like I don't know. I feel like it's not just a dime a dozen teen dystopian future thing.
I'd still argue that it's still primarily a utopia.
Yeah.
It's still it's a utopian novel, which is a really cool setting.
It is. Yeah, it's interesting. Where it's like it's like things aren't quite perfect, but they're like about as good as they're going to get. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very interesting. Well, anyway, just read the book. What don't you recommend?
I don't recommend getting stressed out around holiday times because it's not fun. Take a breather. Take a moment to yourself.
Take a step outside.
I know this is coming out on the last holiday of the season.
Yeah, or the first holiday of the season, depending on how you look at it.
True. So after that, like take some time to yourself.
Yeah.
Calm down. Try not to get stressed out.
Go up on that mountaintop and
I believe in you.
Scream the names of everyone who offended you this year. Find that usually helps. Well, what I recommend is Thunderbolt and Lightning by Mark Martel. Mm-hmm. If you haven't heard me talk about Mark Martel before, he's like my favorite singer in the world. He's known for sounding quite a bit like Freddie Mercury. So if you haven't checked out his body of work, quite a bit.
His voice was used in the movie.
His voice was used in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. So yeah, check out. I mean, all of his stuff, especially his work with the Queen Extravaganza, the official cover band of Queen. But what I want to talk about is Thunderbolt and Lightning. It is, I guess you'd call it an EP. I don't think it's quite long enough to be an album. Where he does covers of Queen songs, and he kind of reimagines some of them a little bit, but which typically I might not be a huge fan of. But I love the way that he does it. I feel like it stays really true to kind of like the spirit of Queen and of Freddie Mercury. So definitely check out Thunderbolt and Lightning if you just want to hear something great this week. And what I don't recommend is very simple. Don't drive under the influence, please. If you're going to a New Year's party or something, stay safe. Get a ride home. Nothing. What cool like Dare slogan should I use here? Be buck.
Nothing is better than drugs. Wait,
that's not the one. C. Don't drive. Stay alive.
I like it.
Yeah, cool.
I like it.
So yeah, just be good to yourselves. We'd like to see you around next year. Also, who's going to download our podcast? If not you. Hey, that's gonna do it for this show. So, big ups to Josiah who sent us a box of nearly 100 moon pies.
A lot of moon pies.
Yes, it was ridiculous. If you want to see a video of me unboxing that, before I knew what it was, you can actually go ahead and head on over to our YouTube channel, which is just 100% worse. It's 100 and then the percent symbol and then worse. You'll be able to see it by our logo. If you subscribe to our channel, you will see exclusive videos like this and other things that we post just there that don't come out on the podcast. And also it'll make it a lot easier for people to find. Also, every new episode goes up on there. So if you prefer to listen to podcasts on YouTube, then you can absolutely subscribe to our channel there. Again, thanks to Josiah. I don't even know what I can possibly say further on here that I have not said in that video. So it's just amazing. It's
absolutely
at a loss for words. So thanks again to Josiah for that. And we don't have a P.O. box or anything, so I just realized that this is where I would say, like, send them to like Magic Tavern at whatever, and we'll send them through the Dimensional Rift. We don't have that. We're a small operation here, so you just gotta know one of us if you want to send something. I'm sorry, maybe that'll change one day. Tell your friends about the show. And once we get super big, then we'll open up a P.O. box, and then you'll see. You can send all
Then you'll all see.
Then you'll all see. You can send all the weird things you want. But for now, thanks to Dan from the day after for doing our little opening. What are we calling that? Opening tag?
Sure,
opening tag. Hey, if you want to send us a recording of you doing our opening tag, we will put that at the beginning of the show. Just record yourself saying, "Hi, I'm so-and-so from," and then just like say like the town you're from or whatever. Just go like first name, probably. Yeah, and anonymity, I think, on the internet is pretty valuable. So just go, "Hi, I'm," and then say your first name, and then say like the town you're from. That's fun. Say your favorite salad dressing if you want. That's always my go-to question. Yeah, just record that.
What is your favorite salad dressing?
Oh, ranch. I'm a ranch guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just email that sound clip to 100%worse@gmail.com.
Yep. If you want to get in touch with us on social media, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at 100% worse.
That's the number 100, the words percent and worse. Yeah, I do like it when we sing it together. That's much better. Yeah,
it's good. I didn't swallow this time.
Yeah, and when you do tweet about the show, don't forget to use the hashtag 100worse. That's the number 100 and the word worse. Yeah. And thanks to Kenny, as always, for doing our opening monologue. We wouldn't survive without you. And we can't wait to go into 2019 with more of those sweet vocal vibes.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. I've been Graham Ganol.
I've been Connor Hughes.
This has been 100% Worse.
Eat your pizza right out of your pockets.
And they took that show and made that show 100% worse.
Well, I guess now it's eat your moon pie right out of your pockets, because we're going to be having them flooding out of our pockets.
Well, why would we put them all in our pockets?
We're going to be dropping moon pie out of our pockets.
Just follow us on the street. We'll be just follow the trail of moon pies, Hansel and Gretel style, and you'll see where we record.